Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Good evening or good afternoon, good morning. This is Yaya Damfa from Jara News TV. We are here once again to present to you your weekly political analysis from our channel Jara News TV. And today we shall be discussing issues relating to political views. We say dissecting political views. The assumption that people are involved in politics mainly because of advancing a singular ambition for an individual to be head of state, and the total complete world view of everyone to be a follower who does not have the ability to think and decide is not political at all. That is simply adherence of cultism. This is a common phenomenon within the new political terrain in the Gambia. And this is why we deem this necessary and important for us to come down today to talk to our audience so that they will understand, especially the young generation, when we talk about politics in the Gambia or politics in Africa in general. People tend to be following individual perspectives, individual party leaders, instead of following political ideologies or party agendas. Yes, ideological politicking is what we expect from our leaders. Where we don't see that, we should all be very much aware that there is something fundamental lacking. We must also be looking at party policies and programs. What are the agendas of a particular political party? What are the messages that they are selling to us? Because as we started from the assumption that people are involved in politics mainly because of advancing a singular person's ambition for an individual to be head of state, and the total and complete worldview of everyone to be a follower who does not have the ability to think or decide on their own is simply not political at all. It is not political. You cannot consider that as being political. That is simply adherence to cultism. In that system, you see people become so intolerant, especially when you talk about their leaders, when you talk about their leadership, when you talk about their programs. They become so intolerant that they attack you with insults, verbal insults, physical assaults. And at the end of the day, these are root causes of some of the problems that we have in our countries. So we must educate the young ones, especially, to desist from being used as tools who will be out there to promote the agenda of an individual, the agenda of let's make this person the head of state. We are out to send this person to the state house. No, bring your policies to that state house. Bring your policies to the government house and not an individual. This is the confusion some people have, and they are harboring in their shallow minds. Every single Gambian is free to decide. Every single human being, for that matter, is free to decide who to support politically or which political party to support. It is an agenda and an ideology that we should follow and not an individual. However, what no one should do is to assume that people don't have the right to change their opinions. The right I have to support this person is the same right I have to change that anytime I want. I have the right, people have the right to change their opinions, their support, assumptions, and views of a political party and ideology determines this. Circumstances do alter the perception and worldview of people. Hence, the need for us to conduct ourselves with tolerance and mutual respect. Every single leader, every single leader out there, you make sure, you make us to understand and to know that we have this right. And every single leader out there, you make as infallible is actually very, very wrong. It's actually very much fallible. They are prone to make mistakes and prone to making mistakes and errors of judgments. No human leader is omnipotent, a feature reserved only for the Almighty God. So please, let's take that out of our thinking. Let's take that out of our minds. It is the duty to collectively, it is our duty to collectively refuse to see each other as enemies. No, we are not enemies, boy. We are not enemies because of political leaders and their ambition. You, we term each other as enemies. No, we should refuse to see each other as enemies because of political leaders and their ambition. Completely no. I refuse and see any Gambian or African or human being as my enemy because of political, religious, cultural differences, cultural or ideological differences. Like in the Gambia, the Yaya Jammeh episode, the Yaya Jammeh episode should teach us all that unforgettable lesson to respect each other I respect our political leaders, especially those I work closely with. We respect each other. However, however, each of and every one of us should have our own mind. Own your mind. I used to tell you this in all my programs, all my episodes. I tell you to own your mind. Why I need to tell you to own your own thinking? Let them not shape your brain for them. They will shape it in their own way. They are not shaping your brain for you to benefit yourself. No, they will shape it in a way that will suit them. Refuse it. Think on your own. Respect yourself. Sit and think critically and understand issues from your own perspective. Don't start saying this is what they told me. I was told I had this, I had that. Do research, find out, see what the facts are, what are the realities. Maybe there's somebody out there who is trying to steal your mind. And any individual who owns his mind, who thinks freely and owns his own mind, is always very hard to be deceived. We are all comrades. We jointly took risks to campaign a struggle against an entrenched, murderous, and monstrous, you know, person in the name of Yaya Jammeh. So when he is out, what do we expect? We expect to come together. We expect to see each other going differently, going our own ways. Come on. We shared an agenda during that struggle. Now that is over. The struggle is over. We are all looking for our own individual party and programs that we think we should best serve the purpose, should best serve our people. In that we must divide. You go your way, you think your own thinking, I think my own thinking. What is expected of us is you come and try to convince me so that I buy your ideas. I buy the programs and policies of your party. If you win my mind, I will join your party. If I win you, I expect you to come. How do we expect to do our political campaigns when we consider each other as enemies? This is completely wrong, my brothers and sisters. Let's see politics as a game that should unite us. A mission, if played or conquered correctly, should advance our livelihoods. It should not take us backward. If you talk of politics, some people out there would say politics is bad, politics is dead. No, we have some bad people who are involved in it. They polluted it. So those are the people who thinks that everyone should play their way, should play their game. It's me or no one else. That's how they think. And that's how they want us to be thinking, so that we will become a follower and not a thinker. Let's refuse it. Refuse this, boy. Come on. These are simple issues that we can discuss. Collectively, we attain a new state of existence, which must not be forgotten. All we need to do is to conduct ourselves with decorum, civility in our democratic advocacy. Mature politicians sell their ideas and party agendas to convince people without putting up a fight. Matured politicians, matured human beings sells their agenda and party policies. They sell their agendas and party agendas to convince other people. They don't put up a fight. So why fighting me? Because I think different from the way you are thinking. It's quite wrong. This is the political survival in the Gambia's new dawn. The winning strategy does not lie in bullying, insults, profanity. No, it does not lies. It is not lies and character assassinations that will advance a permanent discussion in our body or daily politics. Come on, let's try to discuss things, consider things as issues that we can deal with civilizedly. Yeah, always remember that the winning strategy does not lie in bullying, insulting, and profanity. It is not lies and character assassinations. No, those are not the game. The journey toward consolidating our democratic gains will undoubtedly have ups and downs. Since politics everywhere is riddled with a lot of heated tempers, so long as we restrain our emotions and sentiments, we will all get along very well. Let us remember that our country, our continent, the Africa, the country's illiteracy or the continent's illiteracy level is still high. The illiteracy level there is high, and that poverty as a social reality and existential threat is a difficult factor in having civil discussions. But this should not be taken as an advantage to hoodwink our own people, put them to a fight just because of this person. Come on, boy. We have seen them. If they are all really for us, we should learn from their past records. We should learn from how they cohabit with us. What are they doing? What were they doing? How are they behaving now? Compare and contrast these three. Their past, their present should be able to give you an insight of their future. Come on. So long as we restrain our emotions and sentiments, we will get along very well. Let us remember that our country, our continent, the illiteracy level is still very high. That poverty as a social reality and existential threat is a difficult factor in having civil discussions. However, with tolerant political leadership, with matured political leadership, and balanced moderators in our social forums, meaningful exchanges of ideas and ideologies can be achieved. This we can achieve it, yes. We can get along. We are brothers and sisters. Definitely, we are brothers and sisters. And this is what we expect. This is what we should be expecting from each other. Political tolerance. I thank you all for giving me the time listening to us. Yes, your time is very important. In that, I would say, thank you very much for having me. We will try to do this particular topic in our local languages, particularly in Mandinka. So thank you until we come your way again. This is Yaya Damfa from Jara News TV. I thank you once again. Bye.